Once upon a time, in a crowded city where tall buildings touched the sky and small dreams often disappeared in noise, there lived a young man named Zayven Roel. From the first breath of his story, life had given him very little. His home was a single dark room with cracked walls, his bed was the floor, and his meals were never sure. Yet inside his chest lived something powerful, something no one could see, a mind that was richer than gold. Zayven woke up every morning before the sun, not because life was kind, but because it was hard. The city outside his window was always loud, full of rushing people chasing money, respect, and comfort. Zayven chased none of these. He chased understanding. While others complained about what they did not have, Zayven trained his thoughts to focus on what he could control. He believed that a calm mind was the greatest wealth a human could own. People often laughed at him. They saw his worn clothes and tired eyes and assumed he was weak. Some spoke to him with pity, others with silence. Zayven felt these moments deeply, but he never allowed them to control him. He had learned early that emotions were like waves. If you fight them, they drown you. If you understand them, they carry you forward. Every day, Zayven worked small jobs, carrying boxes, cleaning floors, fixing broken things that others had thrown away. His hands were rough, but his thoughts were gentle. While working, he observed people. He noticed how anger made them careless, how fear made them cruel, and how ego made them blind. Slowly, without books or teachers, he learned the language of the human heart. At night, when the city lights dimmed, Zayven sat quietly and spoke to himself. He asked hard questions. Why do I feel pain? Why do I feel jealous? Why do I feel afraid? Instead of running from these feelings, he listened to them. He understood that emotions were messages, not enemies. This self-control became his secret strength. One evening, after a long and tiring day, Zayven met an old man sitting alone near the road. The man's eyes were sharp but tired, like someone who had lived many lives. They spoke softly. The old man asked Zayven what he wanted from life. Zayven did not say money. He did not say success. He said he wanted peace inside his mind and the power to help others find the same. The old man smiled. He told Zayven that many people are born rich but die empty, while some are born poor but live full lives. That night, Zayven walked home with a deeper understanding. He realized that his poverty was not his enemy. His real enemy would be losing control of his thoughts. Time passed. Years moved quietly. Zayven remained poor in material things, but rich in wisdom. When problems came, he faced them without panic. When people insulted him, he answered with silence or kindness. When failure knocked on his door, he welcomed it as a teacher. His emotional intelligence grew like a strong tree in a storm. Slowly, people began to notice, not because of his clothes or his job, but because of his presence. When Zayven spoke, people felt calm. When he listened, they felt understood. Some came to him with anger, others with sadness. Zayven never judged. He showed them how to pause, breathe, and see beyond their pain. One day, an opportunity came. A small community center needed someone to guide young people who were lost in anger and fear. Zayven was not educated by schools, but educated by life. He accepted the role with humility. He taught them not how to make money, but how to make decisions, not how to win fights, but how to win control over their emotions. The young people saw themselves in Zayven. They saw his past in their present. Through simple words and honest stories, Zayven showed them the discipline of the mind creates freedom. He told them that reacting is easy, but responding with wisdom is power. Slowly, lives began to change. Zayven never became famous. He never became rich in money, but his life became meaningful. His mind stayed calm even when the world was loud. He understood that real wealth is not what you hold in your hands, but what you hold in your heart and mind. In his final years, Zayven often walked through the same city that once ignored him. Now, people greeted him with respect, not because he demanded it, but because he earned it through patience and self-control. He remained humble, knowing that pride destroys wisdom. When Zayven grew old, he sat quietly one evening watching the sun set behind the buildings. His body was tired, but his mind was peaceful. He knew he had lived fully, even without riches. He had mastered himself, and that was enough. His story spread not through books, but through lives he touched. People remembered him as the man who had nothing, yet gave everything. The man who was poor, but whose mind was rich beyond measure. And his life whispered a simple truth to the world, that when you control your emotions and understand your mind, no poverty can ever make you weak.